What is up, MLWB fans? This is Adam Taylor, your commissioner with Johnny Funk.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing today, Johnny?
Good.
So yesterday you just got cleared from your cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel like when the doctor said that all you had to do was wear a brace?
I felt relieved that I don't have to keep my arm like that, and that I'll be able to take it off at some points in time.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you before we get into the details of you getting everything done and stuff like that. I want to get into the details of you when you got in your accident. What was the first thing that came to mind when you were like on your way to the hospital?
That I wouldn't be able to use my arm in any way, and I wouldn't be able to play anything at all. But whenever I got there and they said, "Okay, all you have to do is just wear this," still I was like, "Okay, that shouldn't be that bad. I would still be able to do stuff, but not as much." And I was like, this doesn't really hurt. At least it's getting better. And then I got my cast on. I was like, ooh, this is making my arm really itch. I don't really like this. I had to keep it on for 3 weeks. Finally went there to get it off. I was a little bit nervous. I wore headphones that kept it to where I couldn't hear the saw. They cut it off. They said it'd take like 5 minutes. It didn't feel like 5 minutes. It went faster than I expected. They got it off. I looked at my arm. It looked perfectly fine. They took the x-rays. It kind of hurt doing that because I had to put my arms in ways that would hurt. After that, they showed us the x-rays. They showed us the before and after pictures. I didn't see any difference in the before and after. It just looked the same. The after picture looked better though. It showed my top of my arm and that it was perfectly fine. They said it wasn't fractured anymore. That I just have to wear this brace for a month, and that it should be better. I can't go on trampoline, monkey bars, or anything else.
That's cool. Okay, so Bombers fans they asked me, when you got hurt, did you feel like, were you afraid that you weren't going to be able to play with the Bombers anymore, like with Adam Taylor? Well, me, Adam Taylor.
Well, whenever I flipped, I wasn't mainly thinking about that. I was just thinking about.
I mean, like when you were injured, like when you were like during the first couple of days of your injury, like within the first like 2 days.
I was just thinking about how that it'd be hard to hit, and I'd be able to pitch, but that would only but my arm would be hurting whenever I would do it because my arm would just be sitting there, and I would have to pitch like that. But whenever I got my cast on, it wasn't that bad because my arm just stayed in that one position.
Okay. So the thing that I really was wondering the most was, were you afraid mostly that, like, were you afraid that I was going to try to replace you if you were going to stay injured for a bit?
No. What I was thinking is I would just have someone play for me while I was injured, and then I'd be back after the
Energy.
injury.
Yeah. So I do have a question now. This is going to relate to 2 days ago. You played Izzy. Okay, so this is actually before. I want to ask you about your thoughts when Adam was, okay, I keep saying Adam, but me, when I was talking to you about rehabilitation. Like, did you feel like it was going to be hard doing rehabilitation, or did you want to do rehabilitation to really get better because you really wanted to get back in the game?
It was hard. It kind of hurt a little bit. We tried. I went outside and I tried playing with the bat. I mainly just went outside and tried swinging. It kind of hurt my elbow because my elbow was in one position the whole entire time while in the cast. And whenever I feel my elbow, that's like one of my feels like one of my bones isn't in the right position. But I think it's just because the cast just not letting it. Because whenever I feel it, it just feels different from the other one.
Yeah. So, what was the original plan for you when you got injured in order to get you back into wiffle ball as quick as possible?
Just follow the doctor's rules and sleep with my arm levitated and don't sleep on it.
Okay. Now, what was our goal? What was me and your goal for getting you back into wiffle ball, like as quick, even when you had the cast on?
Just try to have me do move my arm around and stuff, and try pitching and swinging and stuff. But I wasn't able to swing because my arm just stayed in one position.
So if you remember correctly, so I don't think I might have said it to the wiffle ball fans, but I don't know. Our original plan at first, guys, was Johnnie was going to stay in his cast for a little bit, maybe like a week or so, do some rehabilitation to get back into it, and then I was going to make a rule for him to be a designated pitcher, to make it to where he wouldn't have to bat. Well, Johnnie never felt real comfortable doing the rehabilitation till like the last week of having his cast on. So we didn't really do much. So Johnnie, now let's go ahead and talk about your game against Izzy. You were the home team, so you batted last. So when you first started pitching in the first inning, how did you feel when you were pitching?
A little bit weird.
How so?
Because I wasn't able to move my other arm around. That's the main arm I use to like catch with my hand and stuff.
Yeah.
I was only able to keep it in that one position, only move it up or down. I was able to move it sideways, like move my arm, have my arm in the same position, and then move it up. But like my arm just goes to the left, but like in an upward position.
Did you ever think that, like, before that game, like, when you were starting to play in that game, did you ever think you'd ever make it to that moment to be able to pitch with a cast on? When you first got your cast, did you ever think that you were going to actually ever make it to a game to pitch?
Yeah, because me and Adam were talking about that for a while, and I just didn't know when the day was. Until he said that we were going to do the 1v1 me and Izzy.
Now, the thing is, so you played against Izzy, and you guys final score 13-9, pretty good game. So how'd you feel when you stepped up to bat and Izzy was pitching some fire and pitching some nasty pitches?
A little bit weird because she doesn't usually pitch as good.
She doesn't pitch like that, like, ever, does she?
No.
So, like, and then how did it feel batting? How did it feel batting?
It hurt my arm a lot because the bat felt really heavy in my arm. So whenever I went to go swing, the bat would just move random. It just move whenever I hit.
So you didn't really have any stable, like, you weren't very stable with it.
Yeah, I had kept having to move my arm up and down into different positions.
So how hard was it to make plays, like when Izzy hit the ball?
Oh, not really hard because I was still able to run and stuff. Still able to use my other hand. That's my hand that's broken isn't the one that I mainly use because it's my hand that's broken is I'm righty and my hand that's broken is left. So I'm still able to use my right hand to throw and stuff. But if it was my right hand, then I wouldn't be able to.
Now, people were asking that, okay, so some fans, Bombers fans and MLB fans or MLW fans were asking, why didn't you want to do a pregame interview like Izzy?
Because I just wanted to get the game over and like see how I am pitching and batting and stuff. It just makes the game fast and just get in.
Okay. So, how was it when you went when you were base running, like when you were running on the bases?
I almost slipped because it was really.
You fell on third, did you not?
Yeah, I fell on my back. And it started raining, so I had to get my thing on.
Oh, yeah, that is right. That was the first game. That was the first game yesterday that we played in that it rained. Like, it's rain in the middle of the game. Like, that's the first game we've ever played in the rain.
And then, it was really slippery. I had sandals on, and mud was just sticking to the bottom of them, so I had to run. It was really heavy, and then I almost slipped and fell on a whole bunch, so I just walked.
Okay, so what was your main... So what were you thinking when, like, what did you do to change when you started hitting better? Because you started hitting some pretty good line drives in the third inning, one-handed off of Izzy. What did you do to change how you're hitting? Because before that, you were either hitting them straight into the ground or you were striking out.
I just got used to it, I got used to me hitting with one arm and just tried to just hit it normally.
Okay. So, once you started hitting line drives and stuff and got like an easy like inside the park home run, how did you feel?
I felt good. I felt like I would be able to win.
How'd you feel when Izzy hit a dinger off of you?
Uzi?
Huh?
He said Uzi.
Izzy? Izzy, how did you feel when Izzy hit a dinger off of you?
Well, I still felt confident because she only hit one.
She hit 2 yesterday, but
That was
one
only
of them
off
was
the
in.
tee.
Yeah, one of them was. Yeah. So the thing is do you think? What are your thoughts on Maddox signing Izzy?
I don't have one.
Do you think it will happen?
I don't know.
If he signs her, do you think that she'll actually be a decent addition to his pitching staff?
No comment.
Okay, no comment. Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you feel that this season is going to be... You've already broken so many records this season, and we will, fans, you guys, especially for the Bombers fans, I'm going to do another exclusive interview later, sometime today or tomorrow, with Johnnie about all of his achievements that he's accomplished this season. But as you know, you've accomplished so many things this season, right? So did you kind of find it? Did you feel very were you not feeling confident when knowing yourself being a Cy Young Award winner, most likely going to be a Cy Young Award winner this year, having all these achievements in history made this season, being beaten by probably the worst stat-based player in MLW? Did you find yourself at a point of low confidence?
No. I just felt like I could still try to beat her and that I would be able to.
Because you were getting no-hitted through the third. In the third, you got your first hit. How did you feel about being no-hitted by Izzy so far?
I just felt like I could still try to beat her, and there's no point to not give up. There's no point to give up.
Now, you do remember that you used to have trouble with that, right? About always giving up when you're down by 2 points?
Mm-hmm.
And then I taught you well. Okay, so I have one last thing, because we're at 13 minutes now. I have one last thing to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any message for the Bombers fans or the MLWB fans at all? Any fans at all? Do you have any comments for the Bombers fans that you want to make?
Never think I'll stop. Never think I won't just keep breaking my arm, because in life you don't get what you want. Also, life just keeps going on.
I think what you meant to try to say there is, in life you don't get what you want unless you try hard enough.
Yeah. Also, if you break your arm, then just wait, because God will lead you down the path to a right place. If you break your arm again, at least you know how it feels and that it won't be as bad, because that's how I felt whenever I broke my arm. I was just thinking, I'll get through it. It's not that bad. I've had it happen to me before, except this time it wasn't as bad because my last one was completely broken.
Mm-hmm.
So, that time I had to go into a ambulance, and this time I didn't have to, so I just rode in the car, and we got to the hospital. I had to get my still on. It wasn't that bad. I was on medicine, so I was just honestly, I didn't even feel any pain or any at all. I just was laughing the whole entire time, because if you don't have humor in your life, then I don't know what to say. Because if you don't have humor, that's the only way you're gonna get through stuff that's hard in life. You just have to laugh through the pain, laugh through your to laugh through something that is really getting you down. Just have something that makes you laugh. Just watch something that makes you laugh. Or just do something that makes you feel happy, like go outside, jump on trampoline, ride your bike, play football, or play baseball, basketball, and yeah, just do whatever makes you feel better.
So, I think honestly, my main message, which I already said this in the commissioner talk show that I had earlier last night. To the Bombers fans and to the MLWB fans, even the Strikers fans, the Bulldogs fans, because there might be some Bulldogs fans, even though they haven't played a game yet, but there's always fans. No matter what, I just want to say, don't sleep on the Bombers this year. This year, the Bombers are going to do damage. We're going to definitely be bombing, that's for sure. We are going to... Oh my god. We are going to propel ourselves. We are going to come out with a World Series trophy. Would you agree?
Yes.
Like, is there anything, and like, do you want anything like that I just said? Anything like that you want to say to the Bombers fans?
Don't give up. Even if we are losing, don't just stop watching, or don't think that we're just gonna give up. Just have a positive mind, and just think that they're gonna push through. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna push through and always try to get a win.
Mm-hmm. So, I just want to say though, thanks to the Bombers, and thanks for everybody that watches our. There's not that very many people that watch these videos at the moment, but when people do start watching them, I want to thank you guys for your support towards MLWB of Northeastern Kansas. Can you stop that for a second, please? I just want to, thank all of you guys for us. Because it means a lot to us, the Bombers, and it means a lot towards me as a commissioner, and it means a lot towards all the MLWB players. I just... especially because Maddox right now is in a soft point. He's definitely not doing the hottest, and he really appreciates everybody's, everyone's, support towards the Strikers or just Maddox's career.
Yeah.
Because, each player has their own fan, There's people that love me. I hit many dingers. That's what people mostly like about me, is because I'm a stud. I pitch many things. Hit many dingers. I make some pretty fantastic plays. People love Johnnie because he just made this fantastic season pitching. And people like Maddox because sometimes when Maddox is in the right place, he can do very well. And he's just that type of person. But that's all I have to say. Anything else, Johnnie, that you want to say?
No.
Okay, so this is Commissioner Adam Taylor. Thank you guys once again, Johnnie.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, see you guys, and check out our Instagram. We're gonna start follow us on Instagram. I'll put it in the description. Make sure to leave a like, maybe comment something, leave a subscribe, and honestly, we're gonna try our best to start filming videos again. But thank you guys for the support, and to the Bombers fans, Johnnie and I love you. Just know that.